He wasn't raised in a perfect home, he was raised in a real one. No filters, no fame, no fairy tale beginnings, just a young boy learning early that family isn't always about perfection, it's about endurance. And in the case of Jericho Rosales, that reality became the foundation of everything he would later become. Let's go deeper into the parents and siblings who shaped the man behind the spotlight. Parents, a love story that didn't last, but left lessons. Separation that changed everything. Jericho's parents separated while he was still very young. There wasn't a public scandal or dramatic media coverage, just a quiet, life-altering shift. For a child, that meant adjusting to emotional distance, growing up without a complete family unit, learning independence earlier than expected. That moment didn't just affect his childhood, it redefined it. Mother, the pillar of strength. If there's one figure who truly shaped Jericho's early life, it's his mother. She became the provider, the protector, the emotional anchor, her daily reality. Life wasn't easy. She had to raise Jericho and his siblings with limited resources, managing household needs with little income, ensuring her children stayed fed and safe, carrying both parental roles at once. She didn't just support the family, she held it together when everything could have fallen apart. Values she instilled. From her, Jericho learned. Hard work isn't optional, it's survival. Humility matters more than status. Family comes before everything else. Her strength became his blueprint. Father, the absent but impactful figure. Jericho's father was not a constant presence after the separation. While details remain private, what's clear is, he was physically and emotionally distant during Jericho's upbringing. His absence created a space Jericho had to learn to fill on his own. And sometimes, absence teaches louder than presence. How it affected Jericho: developed emotional independence early, became more self-reliant, likely influenced his reserved nature in personal matters. He didn't grow up with a guiding father figure, but he grew into one for himself. Siblings, shared struggles, silent loyalty. Jericho grew up with siblings, though he has always kept them away from public exposure. And that decision, it's intentional. Why they stay private. Unlike many celebrities who showcase family life, Jericho does the opposite. He rarely mentions their names in interviews. They are not part of showbiz. He shields them from media attention. Because for him, family isn't content, it's sacred. Growing up together, Jericho and his siblings didn't just share a home, they shared hardship. Early responsibilities. They experienced financial instability firsthand. Everyone had to contribute in some way. Jericho himself took on small jobs to help. It wasn't a childhood of ease, it was a childhood of teamwork and survival. The bond they built. Struggles have a way of either breaking people, or binding them tighter. For Jericho and his siblings, they leaned on each other emotionally. They understood each other without needing explanations. They built a quiet but unbreakable loyalty. Not loud affection, but deep connection. How his family shaped his personality. Jericho's family background didn't just influence him, it molded him. In his career, his emotional depth in acting reflects real-life experiences. He portrays pain, love, and conflict with authenticity. In his personal life, he values privacy over publicity. He avoids unnecessary drama. He keeps his inner circle tight. In his relationships, he approaches love with seriousness and depth. He seeks stability, something he lacked growing up. His past became his emotional advantage. Final thought. Imperfect roots, powerful foundation. The story of Jericho Rosales and his family isn't about fame or glamour. It's about a mother who refused to give up, a father whose absence created strength, siblings who stood together through it all. No perfect beginnings, no easy road, but sometimes, the strongest people come from the most fragile homes. And in Jericho's case, that fragile beginning became the reason he stands so strong today.